Hey everyone, Donnie here, aka Bashk Trand, and I just wanted to take a minute and say thank you to all the listeners and subscribers out there. It really means a lot to us that you guys are taking time out of your week every week to listen to our little podcast. And while I've got you here, if I could be so bold as to ask for a favor, if you guys are digging what we're doing, if you wouldn't mind throwing a rating and a review through whatever your favorite podcast service is, it'll mean a lot to us and, kind of help get word out on what we're doing. So that would be awesome. And that's it from me for right now. So I'm going to get out of your way and let y'all enjoy episode 16 of the Zero Check podcast. Hey, we're live.
Oh my gosh. It's hello, everybody. Welcome to the Christmas special for the Zero Check podcast. This, fellas, as you know, this will release on the 26th of December. So we've actually missed Christmas, but not by much. We're in the ballpark.
And we're recording this in June, so it's really weird.
That's right.
Happy Christmas anyway.
In the summertime. How are you guys doing? Merry Christmas to all of you. How are you guys having a nice holiday season
so far?
It's great.
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Great, Mike. Thanks for asking.
Thank you for all the details you're providing. Thank you. Let's see here.
Well, it hasn't happened yet, Mike, so I don't really know how detailed I can get. I would have to make it up.
It's September.
And then I would have to live up to it.
How's you guys? We're good.
Yeah, we're happy.
Well, as you all know, excruciatingly, we decided to do Secret Santa this year. This is the first Secret Santa that I've ever been excited about in my life. And I don't know about you, but I've been a part of a lot of forced workplace Secret Santas. Has this happened to you guys?
I've never.
I opt out of those.
You opt out, Chris. You're just like, no, I'm good.
I enjoy how my Secret Santa kept sending me messages to see if my package arrived.
What happened? I had to.
That kind of gave the game away.
I don't think you understand how this works.
Well, Brad, now that we know who your Secret Santa is, why don't you, and this is the gift, did you get an iPod? Because we knew Bill was going to exceed the spending limit.
I didn't.
So
I didn't.
Why don't you open your gift for us and so we can all go.
It came in a box, but there's a wrapped bag as well. I'm trying to do this with the mic on.
That's the Amazon gift wrapping.
Which I didn't even know they did. That's game changing. I don't know why I haven't.
I was hoping they did it. Because I wasn't going to wrap it.
Beautiful purple.
I don't know who tied this knot, but they are not my friend right now. I think I know what this is. I've been looking at these.
What's in the box?
It's a heavy square box.
What is it?
There's a Viking on the cover.
Oh.
I can't pronounce it. It's in Viking letters. It says metal dice.
Ooh.
That's already cool.
The build.
That's pretty
dice.
Awesome.
We all just got each other dice.
Oh, metal dice. So you can actually throw some rocks tonight.
These are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
those are pretty sexy.
Sweet. Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Dice.
Heavy metal dice.
Gosh, a nice indigo hue with, is that a rose gold? I'm assuming?
It's like it's kind of a dark, I can't throw these across the room. I will have to do drywall repairs.
That'll put a hole in the drywall there. That's right. That D8.
I'd probably hit a piece of plumbing with this. Wow. Thank you, Bill.
You're very welcome.
These are amazing.
Merry Christmas. I'm already filled with the Christmas spirit. And
see, I'm happy that Brad's happy, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Dude, this is huge.
Oh, goodness.
It's a good start.
Well, who wants to go next?
I'll go. I have cat tape on a box in here. I'm really curious.
Well, go ahead.
What's going on in it?
Someone's wife probably helped him wrap that.
Probably, because it has a return address on it.
and it's Wichita.
Yes,
you guys suck at the Secret Santa.
I know. I've got no Secret Santa game.
You're like, oh, Bill kept asking Brad if he got his package. Yeah, well, I didn't put my return address on it.
Well, and Tina kept asking me, hey, when are you guys going to do Secret Santa? Because she's so excited about it. Because she's our administrator, right? She administrated. And I was like, dope. Yeah, good. And I got a gift for Bill. I can't remember quite what it was.
You guys she got me a cookbook.
A cookbook. That's right.
Amazing because I love cooking.
ICT. That's awesome.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
ICT. That's the airport abbreviation for Wichita. Yeah. And so that's a book of recipes from a bunch of restaurants in Wichita. So you can eat like a Wichitan, Bill, if you wish. And what was the
pork belly waffle sliders? I'm going to make those for your game.
What was the other thing you held up? I was talking about.
I got coffee. I love coffee.
We're from a local roaster here in town. Yes. Yeah, you're a coffee person, so that's right. And the truth is, I think I remembered the coffee, but I forgot about the cookbook.
Tasting notes, toasted almonds, peanut butter brittle, and red grape.
Are you talking about me, or are you talking about what's in there?
I mean, whatever you want, Mike.
What roaster?
Thank you very much, Michael. This is awesome.
Oh, you're welcome.
And a sticker.
And a sticker. That's right, Wichita sticker. The Reverie.
Oh, okay.
We went to Reverie.
Yeah, very cool.
It's nice. Very good. They do their own beans roasting. And Bill, you roast your own beans at home. Is that true?
I do. Yes, I do roast beans.
Oh, wow. Oh my God.
So he's like legit. Yeah.
Renaissance man.
I can show you how to roast them over a smoker. They're amazing.
Wow.
Brad and I sucked down a bunch of espressos made with my coffee beans.
Does that make your coffee taste like bacon? Like what do you mean?
No, it just makes it taste smoked. You can have a smoky taste without it tasting like meat, Mike.
Man,
there are more things in this world that I know nothing about.
I have a cold smoker downstairs that you can smoke cheese with.
This goes back to the smoke discussion on different smokes, and they smell different and
taste different.
Smells like crime.
Smells like crime.
Crime, the criminal smoke. Yeah. Gosh, I don't know. Donnie, do you want to open up what you got?
I have a Shutterfly box that I previously opened with a knife, but I haven't looked at it. I have something wrapped up here. Let's see what this is. Aw. It is Dundee and Hoot, Friends Forever.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
Oh my God.
That is
the greatest thing ever.
That is amazing. That will be going right back here on the old door.
Right there.
That's fucking awesome.
Dundee and Hoot, Friends Forever. That's nice.
And it's got the for the O, it's got the zero check logo. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So good.
Well, come forward and take credit for this excellent commission.
Yeah, Donnie, I just emailed you the original artwork for that.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Nice job.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Dude, I kept picturing that whole like circus act of the owl and the alligator.
I will let
see that.
Hoot sit in Dundee's mouth for 5 minutes today.
That is amazing.
That's all done. That's all the time Hoot needs.
I'll have to get pictures of this in the original. I guess you've got the original art. We can.
Yeah, I just sent it all to you.
Socials or whatever. That's really awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
What's in the box? It's an Amazon box. We'll see what's going on here.
Damn, Jeff Bezos getting all of our money.
God, he bailed me out this year, man.
Changed the world.
Yeah. I was done with my Christmas shopping on Saturday.
Shit, I still have to get something for my wife. Fuck, it's kind of getting late.
Dude, seriously, that should have been the first
Enjoy
gift.
your gift from Secret Santa, it says.
Oh.
Aw.
Very thoughtful.
Gotta untie this fancy ribbon.
The reason I bought brand new dice is because I see how his old dice work. I'm just trying to help the team.
I'm going to have dents in my table. These things are heavy, dude.
Oh, it looks like a dice box. It says LED. LED dice. So let's see.
Chris is going to be having a rave of
LED dice, glow sticks.
Jesus.
We're going to have some black lights going.
Someone knows Chris pretty well. Fancy dice box.
Oh, my. The percentile's already going nuts.
That's dope.
Look at that. That's a wonder. That's beautiful. My goodness, it's lighting up all different colors.
Is it sensitive, like if the 20's up or if the high one's up? Is it a...
I think once it senses movement, they start going off. That's pretty sick. I have to begin charging them right now.
Wow.
How do you charge them?
Awesome, thank you. Who is my person?
Who's your Santa?
That was mine. That was my pick.
Awesome, thank you,
Nice
Donnie.
work.
This is very cool.
Fun.
My gosh. And then I was like, as I was sitting here being like, who should open theirs next? And I was like, well, fuck, I haven't gone yet. So I guess I will.
There you
I'll
go, Mike.
last.
I think we narrowed
I have
that
this
down.
purple thing here. I believe there's a return address on it, but this was hidden from me, again, by my partner.
Your wife's amazing.
And, oh, yeah. And she gets to work from home a lot. So she was here to intercept a package. Whereas I got to go to work like a dweeb every day. But I guess there is a return address on it, but I have done the thing where I have not looked at it. So I'm just going to plunge my hand into this.
Please let somebody have sent him a
Are you confused about who it's from?
I guess I haven't thought it through. Who's it from?
This process of elimination, you put the X's and
You're doing great, Mike.
Oh, it's like what is this? Is this a turn tracker? What is it? I don't understand.
it's an initiative tracker.
It's an initiative tracker. Oh, it says initiative on it.
Mike, what kind of lawyer are you?
Yeah. Nobody knows. Wow, thank you. This is perfect. So I can write everyone's name on it, and then that goes through. Oh man, Chris, thank you. This is perfect, and it's going to stop me from having to copiously cut the podcast every time I write on a piece of paper. There's a lot of cuts that have to happen because of that. Thank you. I'm going to use this tonight.
All right.
Nice.
From Etsy. Oh, you know what, man? This is worth it. I'm going to set up a Secret Santa every year so I can get a good gift like this.
Awesome. Successful Secret Santa, guys.
Yeah, I think so.
I give us a 10 out of 10.
It was good stuff. I'm seriously going to make some of those sliders tomorrow.
I hope so. I hope you do.
I already have a dent in my table.
The next time we all get together, I will make a Kansas City dinner for everybody.
KC dinner. So, fun fact about
same
Kansas
area.
City.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah,
That was
Merry
nice. You guys want
Christmas.
to do this next year?
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Secret Santa. Do you want to do Secret Valentine's?
I think we do
next in
secret
February?
Easter bunnies, too.
Secret
Arbor
leprechauns.
Day.
Secret Arbor Day. Yeah.
Secret tree day.
I'm starting some oaks in my garage right now. They've started to sprout the taproot, so got about 18 going if anyone wants a little oak sapling here in the spring.
Ooh.
Dude, I'll take an oak tree.
I would love it. I
Brad,
need
that's it.
3.
You can grow me an oak tree to build me a table out of. I'll get it when I'm 90.
Oh man. Okay. So gosh, last episode was eventful. You guys finished out the dungeon beneath the old sycamore. You engaged in a Mitflit killing spree with the help of Valerie and Micmac, who now everybody loves. You guys hated him when I was playing Micmac, but as soon as Bill took over, Micmac becomes which is how it should work. But we've decided to kind of do a hybrid model of like, okay, we're going to start switching up the NPCs, who's playing them a little bit. So who's taking Valerie this week? Who's going to be our new Valerie?
Well, I had Micmac and Donnie had Valerie last week.
Donnie had Valerie
Then
last
Brad
episode.
and Chris can flip for whoever wants the other ones.
Here it is.
Who you want?
I'll have to figure out how they each work. I don't know what they do. All right,
Well,
heads. I'll take Micmac, tails, Valerie. Oh, it's tails.
I forgot what they were. You
I'm
take
Valerie.
Valerie?
Yep.
Valerie.
Valerie. So Brad is Micmac.
Oh, my God.
And off the air, Brad was like, I never want to be Micmac.
I know. How do you follow Bill's
he has to be
performance? Like, how do you
Micmac.
follow that? That's
Well,
set
why
up for
don't you
failure.
tell Bill what he needs to say for Micmac? You know, Bill can still do your dialogue.
What?
for you.
I don't know. This isn't a special effects team here.
So, Brad,
I'm a
I
solo
want you
artist.
to,
Let me open up his character sheet here.
you know, Micmac's not too tough. Just get you some panache, and Valerie, she just power attacks. You know, whatever.
Yeah, Brad, you just got to roll through and then attack.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
just roll through. Just tumble through, man. It's easy. Being a swashbuckler, it's
His
easy.
athletics
Oh, he's
is
small,
ridiculous.
too. Good. All right. I got this.
Okay. So I believe we left off last time with you guys venturing toward the Sootscale Caverns, which lie just to the east of the old Sycamore. And as you know, there's a bit of a political problem going on right now between, I was calling him King Sootscale. Upon further reading, he's actually Chief Sootscale. Between Chief Sootscale and this purple kobold that has recently come on the scene named Tartuk. You know, We know that Tartuk has sort of used kind of his magnetism and his power to really kind of shake things up in the Sootscale clan. And while Tartuk has not taken over the clan, it's only a matter of time. And Sootscale will probably die if and when that happens. Now, Micmac seems to be a Sootscale kobold. And Micmac has explained to you, like, hey, look, we were a peaceful, a bunch of devil-worshipping kobolds up until Tartuk came on the scene. Tartuk has whipped us all up into a frenzy, and he's escalated this war with these midflits, and he's got us, attacking people and other random trappers and traders and things, and killing and looting, and that's just not what we're all about. But Tartuk seems to not really care about that. And as you approach the mines now, you begin to see some movement outside of this cave. Let me describe to you what you're seeing. Oh, we've all played World of Warcraft. We all know what a mine entrance looks like. And this appears to be an old abandoned mine. Okay, you see some evidence that at one point maybe humans mined this mountain. And they created this opening, this cave opening, maybe through rudimentary explosives or something like that. But it's a large opening. It's human-sized. You get the feeling that when you walk in there, you're not going to be squeezing. You're not going to be having to stoop or anything. There is a lone kobold sitting on a rock outside of the mouth of this mine. And as you approach, this kobold leaps to his feet, grabs his little spear, and begins looking at you. He seems very worried until he sees Micmac with you. And then his spear lowers, and he beckons you to come close to him.
So I was looking over my notes here, and that backstory checks out, Mike. I have Tartuk as bad kobold, Sootscale as not as bad kobold.
Yeah, I think we kind of push Micmac to the front. Kind of, Mitch is going to be behind him.
Micmac's like, hi. And you guys approach, and Micmac will eventually kind of start jogging up to this kobold, and Micmac will go, Snickerdoodle! Oh! Snickerdoodle! Snickerdoodle's like, Micmac, what's up, my man? And they do like a hug, man. They're happy to see each other. And they both kind of check each other to make sure each other are okay. And Snickerdoodle's like, whoa, you've had some issues. Hey, what happened to Block and Trudy and Frogfucker? What happened to them?
What did happen to Frogfucker?
Block didn't make it out.
You're missing one. That was only 3. There were 4. I thought it was a group of 5, wasn't it?
I think it was 4 total.
Okay.
He's the sole survivor of the truffle.
What were the names again?
Or what are they?
What were the names again?
Block.
Not truffles.
Block, Trudy, and Frogfucker.
Yeah. Write that down.
I'm going to write that down for future reference.
Yeah.
And then John Smith.
John Smith, yeah.
Bob.
And Micmac, of course, tells them that no, they didn't make it. Snickerdoodle's like, ow. What do you do?
Bashk would start to interrogate old Snickerdoodle here and say, what's happening in the cave? What's the situation? Why are you out here? Etc. Tell us what you know, Kobold.
Sure. And really, Insirio kind of pipes in and emphasizes, since Micmac and crew were out, what's kind of happened since then?
Snickerdoodle kind of looks back to Micmac and kind of gives the kind of side thumb toward you guys, and he's like, who the hell are these guys? And Micmac, of course, fills him in and everything, and Snickerdoodle is like, things are about where we left it. Tartuk continues to consolidate some power within the mines, but Sootscale's hanging on. But honestly, things might be reaching ahead pretty soon. I think that Tartuk will make his move within the next day or 2. Kill the chief and take over. At that point, I'm leaving. You can come with me, Micmac.
Whoever has the statue, I think Mitchell has it still.
No, I think Micmac's been hanging on to it, but we've
Micmac carries
I think Micmac needs to take the statue and us to see the Chiefian post haste.
And I kind of like what Sirio had been kind of talking about before is like we're establishing a kingdom. So having, a kobold tribe that's favorable to us here, I think that's a great thing.
That's what I'm saying. Let's back their king that they're going to not be basically assholes with. And let's, we talked about this, how we're going to install our own proxy government into the kobold kingdom.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So, and I assume maybe you guys are kind of talking about this a little bit, and Snickerdoodle will look over at Micmac and be like, "You have it?" And Micmac will produce the ivory blood-stained statue depicting some kind of demon.
I don't trust the statue.
Twinkling yellow eyes on here. And he's like, "I've got it."
Do we do any kind of knowledge check or anything on that? Do we know what is depicted?
We tried.
Here?
I think we all failed.
Okay.
I looked at the crafting.
Yeah, enough to know that it's, I think at one point I mistakenly called it a dragon depiction. It's really more demonic, but yeah, I don't know that, I mean, you guys can feel free to roll again if you wish, but yeah, I mean, you didn't really, you're just not sure at this point.
Well, I'm not Bashk is not opposed to what Dry proposed here. If we're in the middle of a civil war and a coup, I don't know that just rolling in is the best first off. I think Bashk would ask, how many are loyal to Tartuk? How many are loyal to the current chief? Is it like a 90 to 10 thing? Like, I don't know. Maybe we need to install a new government here. Like, what's the situation like in the cave or in the mine?
Yeah. Doodle tells you, he's like, well, most probably don't care as long as they're taken care of and someone is in charge. But there are a few key players, most of whom probably support Tartuk at this point. But there are enough to where if Sootscale could have some sort of clear victory, that would probably settle things down. You can engineer a way for them to solve it between the two of them. That'll probably do it.
Is there a batch of particular troublemakers on the Tartuk side that we may be able to go after and have a victory?
Tartuk has 3 that don't leave his side ever. Their names are Biff Boff, Flaggle Waggle, and Jiminy Cricket.
I think that name's copyrighted.
Kobold parents are just terrible.
Waggle.
Wiggle, waggle.
Jiminy Cricket.
So yeah,
I'm so glad you wrote those down because I have no idea what I said.
That's right.
That's right. So is the chief? I mean, he's currently still in power. He's safe. We could speak with him if we wished. Is that true?
Micmac and Snickerdoodle are just like, we'll take you right now. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Let's roll in here. I'm gonna draw my bow, just so we're all clear that I am armed.
Sure, you're just holding it there at your side. Sure.
Yeah.
I'll have my
as
sword
we're
out.
walking, I'm kind of curious as to what power this statue holds over the Kobolds. Is it just a couple that revere it, or is this like a big deal to everyone?
Micmac is basically like, oh, I think the chief can probably tell you more. And Snickerdoodle's like, yeah, I bet the chief can tell you more. You enter the mines. And as you enter the caves, immediately to your right is a short tunnel that ends in a makeshift jail cell where these old bars have been sort of set up to sort of separate the tunnel from a small jail cell further in. And as you look inside there, you see a midflit that is sleeping. And Snickerdoodle will offer, oh, that's our prisoner.
What did he do?
Well, he's not accused of anything, actually. In fact, I have some serious due process issues with him being held without cause, but the fact of the matter is he's a prisoner of war.
What are you going to do with him before you kill him?
We're not quite sure. We're waiting. Tartuk is in favor of him being put to death. Sootscale says that we should wait and use him as some sort of bargaining chip. It might not matter much now, though, since, as I understand it, all of the other midflits are now dead.
These things are pests. You should just get rid of it.
Oh.
I mean, we were all coming off of, like, seeing that torture chamber. Like, there's nothing redeeming about this creature at all.
Yeah, Micmac, for his part, is just like, yeah, we should probably kill him. As you continue on deeper into the mine, both Micmac and Snickerdoodle will point out these 3 pit traps that are actually pretty clearly depicted on this map. And they show you how to get around these hazards. They point out that there's these like false floors that will fall out and send you down a pit.
Will Bashk listen to them, or is he just going to march right over the traps because he's going to let a kobold tell him what to do?
He'll avoid the traps. He'll take advice where needed.
Fair enough.
Are these? I assume these are well lit tunnels that we're walking through.
No, they're actually not. All of these, thank you for asking, all of these kobolds have dark vision. There's no reason for them to light these chambers at all. So you will need to think about a light source.
Chris, can you illuminate my bird?
Yeah.
You can throw my buckler, a little light on my buckler if somebody wants to do that again too.
If you could illuminate Hoot, that would be awesome. He'd just be like a white streak flying down the hall.
Yeah, so Bashk will illuminate Mitch's buckler. Did we fix that? Was that broke?
Yeah, I fixed it.
You fixed that. That's right, we camped. I forgot. Yeah.
So you move deeper into the mines, and eventually you get to this spot where you need to start squeezing, and the cave really narrows out, and y'all have to kind of go one by one. You got to suck in your bellies and walk through, and you see a couple kobolds that are hiding in an alcove beyond. And again, they kind of watch you warily, but as soon as they see Snickerdoodle and Micmac with you,
yeah, can we have them in the front? I'm going to put Micmac in front of me, actually, leading the way.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Snickerdoodle's there too.
And we're not
by the way, you've reminded me. I think one of you wanted to know why Snickerdoodle was out there. I mean, he was simply guarding the entrance, just keeping watch.
So he's already abandoned his post.
Yes.
Nice.
So as we're walking to see Sootscale, I kind of see this as maybe let's try to present this as like a victory procession and parade through with the statue.
Yeah, like he should have the Micmac should have the statue out above his head, singing whatever songs of glory that they sing.
Yeah, he sings a song. He's like, I've got the statue. Fuck you, Mifflets.
It's a banger right there.
It's right here.
Right up there with Candy Cane Lane.
Yeah, and then Snickerdoodle joins in, and he's like, we're not going to turn yellow and die now. And they all continue going. You now go deeper into the caves. Deeper and deeper.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, why wouldn't Jesus keep going?
We're, like, height-wise, we're not stooped at all? We're not clumsy?
Not at all.
Oh, thank God.
Not at all. These caves, these mines were built for humans.
Oh.
And in fact, as you begin moving through this, you realize that this was a silver mine in its heyday, and that it may still yield wealth in the future.
Yeah, got us a mine.
This might be a natural resource at some point.
But while we're walking, Dry is very weary. He's doing all the looking for traps. Checking.
I am too, because Mike's letting us move our tokens.
Yeah, we're just rifling down these hallways.
Bashk is super uncomfortable right now. He is in the midst of all of these kobolds that he does not trust whatsoever.
Yeah.
Kobold smell too. I'm sure it's just.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like, there is sort of a damp, dank ambience here. But yeah, I mean, just as if this were just a cave with a bunch of humans living in there. I mean, there are some unsanitary conditions here. There is a musky smell, and there is, it's not clean down here. It's just not. You continue down a couple more tunnels. There are some forks in the road, and Micmac and Snickerdoodle keep leading you further and further south, deeper and deeper into the mines. And Micmac will look back at you and say, Don't stray. I don't. Tartuk is down here too. We should avoid him for now.
Not afraid of him.
Yeah, they're totally going to get lost in this mine and then turn on us. And we'll be able to find
I'm
our way
wondering now
out.
if somebody wants to do like what is it called when you check somebody's like sense motive on
a sense motive?
Yeah. That's a
roll some
really good
perception
idea.
checks on
I'm a little nervous about this guy now.
Micmac and Snickerdoodle.
Dry rolled a 18. Well, 11 plus 7.
22 for Mitch.
24 for Bashk.
They seem to be truthful. They seem friendly, happy that you're here. And as you're observing them, as you're taking this moment, I believe someone might have muttered something like, I'm not afraid of Tartuk. And Snickerdoodle will turn back around to you and say, you should be. He's powerful.
You will be. You will.
He's more powerful than all of you. You'll need to be smart. You should try to avoid a conflict with him.
Do you know us? Because, I mean, that's not usually our MO.
Yeah, I was like, when he said you should be, I'm just going to laugh.
Yeah, Micmec's like, oh no, they're killers.
Dry's very young and very brash, so let's keep that in mind when we're telling me not to start fights.
Finally, after just a few minutes of walking through these dark caverns, you're brought to a large chamber that has a couple different pools in it, stalactites, stalagmites, and other rock formations. This looks to be an area of the mine that was not originally used for mining, but more really an area that was probably barren of ore, and instead was maybe an area where miners, maybe used to sleep or something. And what you see here are a couple of things. You can see that the kobolds here have erected some sort of like wooden walls, and they've hung on these walls various pieces of clothing and other trinkets and things that they found kind of adorning this room. This appears to be the throne room for Chief Sootscale. And you see Sootscale in this room, accompanied by like 6 Sootscale Kobolds. And as all of you enter, with Micmec and Snickerdoodle leading the way, he, again, with the others, he looks wary, he looks tired, he looks beaten down, and he looks defeated, okay? But as he sees 2 of his tribesmen or clansmen bringing the rest of you in, he beckons you to come closer. He says, "Welcome back, Micmec. It is good that you have returned. What news do you have, and what of Frogfucker and Trudy and the other one? I can't remember his name." And Micmec is just like, relays the story to him. And then he will introduce the 5 of you, and again, tell the chief the story. Tell the chief that, like, look, you saved him and helped him defeat the Midflits, and that you have recovered the statue. And Micmec will pull the statue out and hand it over to the chief. And then Micmec will say, "I didn't tell them why we needed it."
Mother.
And the chief says, "That's good. No one can know, but I will tell them now. You see, this statue is a curse. If we don't hold it, then we will turn yellow and we will die. This statue keeps us healthy. It keeps us tethered to this world. That is what Tartuk has told us. That is what we have learned from him." And then the chief will hold the statue in his hands, and the chief will go, "But no more." And really, very quickly, the chief will raise the statue above his head, and all the other kobolds are like frozen by this, and they're in awe, and they see this thing as like their salvation. But the chief will then take it, and he will smash it to the ground. And the chief will howl, "No more curse, we're not cursed anymore!" And the kobolds understand now, and they're like, "Yeah!" And Micmec and Snickerdoodle are like, "Whoa, we didn't see that coming." What do you do?
Yeah, so did I think Bash
I'm
Blast
confused.
Did Tartuk bring the statue and claim this curse?
The chief will tell them no. It wasn't until the statue was stolen the first time that Tartuk revealed that the statue, if not recovered, would cause them all to die this way.
How far back is that Midflit that we passed?
He's at the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's way. Yeah, that Midflit's up in a. Is he not on the map?
No, he is.
on the
He's
map.
up at the top. He's in the
Oh
entrance.
yeah.
But he's not close enough. We could just run back and ask him some questions.
Oh, I mean, I guess you could. I mean, that's something you want to do, of course. But the chief is just sort of like what he's done here is he's made in his mind a bold play.
Yeah.
He's like, look, if this thing is cursed, and if it leaves our possession, we will die, then it needs to be destroyed. And no other kobold really thought that through or counted on that being a conclusion. And some of them are pretty freaked out that this thing has been destroyed, and there's sort of some tittering around you like, oh, are we going to die now that this thing is destroyed? We don't have it anymore. It's gone now. It's been destroyed.
Did anything happen or change in the room or around with the statue, aside from just shattering?
Roll a perception check.
It's a natural 19. It's a 23.
You didn't see anything. I mean, it looked pretty normal to you. Piece of shale or something, or piece of, I don't know. It's just rock.
Okay.
It's fancy.
Well,
it doesn't look like kobolds made it, It's just...
So I think Bash says it appears to me that you're done with Tartuk. How can we help with this situation?
The chief will look at you all and say, Old Sharptooth brought you to us to help. I have been chief a long time. I don't intend to be chief forever, but I need to be chief a little bit longer. Help me confront Tartuk. Help me either convince him to leave or help me kill him. And he quickly adds, and I'll need your help. He is powerful.
Who is Sharptooth?
Their god.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. They're whatever they
Isn't
worship.
it like a dragon? Like they worship it isn't like their nickname for their deity or something?
Yeah, you're not sure if they worship something draconic or demonic. The statue certainly was of a demonic imagery, As far as Old Sharptooth, when you ask him who Old Sharptooth is, Bill, you're right. That's our patron. It's our god. We worship him. We hope someday for his return. If I can oust Tartuk and retake the clan, I have no doubt Sharptooth will honor us.
Mitch would probably look over to Sirio and just kind of try to get a read on what he's thinking. He's
total blank. Sirio has no idea why Tartuk broke the statue. He thought it would be a powerful object and a motivating factor for the clan. So him seeing it be destroyed, he's like, what's the point of us even bringing it back and going through all the motions?
Yeah.
So the statue is their holy item, right? Mm-hmm. But they never really attributed much to it. It's just that's their item. It gets, Tartuk comes on the scene. And then this war with the Mitflits escalates. The Mitflits steal the statue, and Tartuk then tells them, hey, you're all going to die unless you go in there and you get it back. You will turn yellow and you will die if you don't get this thing. As a way to exert control over them. Sootscale, meanwhile, had no idea any of this, and so Tartuk uses it to consolidate power and to keep them afraid and to keep them fighting.
Gotcha. It's like it's false.
Recovered.
Okay.
And it's recovered and returned to Sootscale. Sootscale think it might be this cursed item after all, and decides it shouldn't exist at all. If it gets stolen from us and we die, then it should be destroyed. And so he shattered it.
So what it sounds like is that Tartuk was trying to keep the war going to exert control over the people who weren't smart enough to figure it out.
And that's why I was
99% of
kind of wondering if we talked to that prisoner Mitflit, if this wasn't an inside job, Tartuk actually helped.
Did Tartuk reach out to the Mitflits and have them steal the statue in the first place? That's what I was thinking the same thing Donnie was.
I don't think they're that smart, but
I don't think they're that smart either. That's why
probably not here nor there.
All right, so let's kill this dude. All this talk, he's a powerful guy's got Dry a little amped up right now.
The chief will look at Micmac and Snickerdoodle, and he'll be like, look, I need you to stay here. If I don't come back, and if these heroes are bested... Hey.
Micmac's going to be the only surviving party member.
Micmac will become the new... You guys will wipe on Tartuk, and Bill will play Micmac, and that'll be the new party. You guys will become a bunch of Sootscale Kobolds. He tells them, I'll need you to keep things going. You'll need to keep the fight up. If we don't return, take everyone loyal and leave. Go to Rostov and destroy that city and take it for yourselves.
Jesus.
That's the joke.
I know a nice outpost you guys can go stay at.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Here's what he says. There be a small outpost to the north run by Oleg. Overrun it and take it for yourselves, he tells them. But no, Hey,
Mitch is going to ask Numbnuts here where if he has that ring. Like, we're looking for a ring also. It sounds like you guys have that. Does Tartuk have that in his possession, or?
The ring and every other spoil coming from the war and from the recent pillaging. Tartuk has it in a magical, bottomless sack of some kind. He pulls things out of it and they keep coming. The sack is impossibly small. Did I?
I think Mitch is going to turn to Bashk and say, this guy's fucking high.
He's so powerful.
For a guy with a little sack, he is very brave. His little speech there, is he suggesting that Micmac and Snickerdoodle hang out here in the throne room and he's going to roll out with us?
Yeah.
To go find Tartuk? Okay. So
yeah.
I think
the chief wants to...
Chief wants to get his hands dirty. Okay. Fair enough. I think Bashk does at this point, maybe lay out some ground rules. I'm in the kobold killing business, and business is good. So please, let's not. If this turns into a trap, then all bets are off. But on a more serious note, he does suggest that kind of lays out what we're trying to do here. Right, we're trying to settle the stolen lands, and if we help you with this problem, we would expect in return that we could count on your loyalty and alliance within the stolen lands. And all this nonsense, raiding, everything else stops. And you become part of what we're trying to build here.
So Sootscale will think for a moment, and he'll tell you Tartuk is responsible for this clan's descent into violence. If he is removed, you will see no trouble from us. But I will not trade his attack on my leadership for another attack on my leadership. If I'm to pledge fealty to you, then I'll need more terms than what you're expressing right now. And he's showing a little bit more savviness all of a sudden. He knows this term. He understands some things about cultures that are not his. And you're beginning to see how this guy got to be in charge for so long. But he's telling you, basically what he's saying to you is I'm going to need some autonomy. If you're going to move in and take over these lands and things like that, that's fine, but you're not my king right away, basically.
And I think Bash clarifies here that says we're looking for an alliance, not fealty.
He will, at that word alliance, he draws an axe that he keeps on his belt.
Roll for initiative.
And he's right. He draws an axe off of his belt, and he has his hand, and he makes to cut his hand open as if he's about to do it. And Micmac will explain this is how we do it. Our blood is our word.
I think just a handshake will work.
So I think Bash says, I appreciate the gesture. Let's wait until this is settled and see where we stand.
Sootscale goes, very prudent. He sheathes his axe, and he asks you again directly, will you help me?
Yeah, let's go.
Gladly.
I want to see this loot.
Yeah, exactly.
Tiny sack.
I want to, yeah, exactly.
And with that, Sootscale takes the two halves of the statue, one in each hand, and he begins leading you back into the caves, out of the throne room, and into this direction. Now, if this becomes a fight, since Micmac has now left the party, I guess it falls to Brad to instead play Chief Sootscale.
Oh, Jesus.
I guess the fact that he's a playable NPC probably answers this, but did we want to do any kind of motivation check on him? But I guess now that you've got his player sheet, you'll know for sure.
Yeah, take a look at that, Brad. Let's take a quick little break, and
all right.
You can take a look at this little sheet. You guys can all look at it.
Lawful evil. That's nice to know.
Oh, Jesus. Good thing we don't have any paladins in the group. We'd be on site.
So Sootscale proceeds to lead you then through the mines into a large chamber.
Is he doing this like when you have guests over at your house and you're walking him, like showing him the house? Like, oh, this is...
Yes.
This is
He's like, here's the temple where we engage in our devil worship. That back there was my throne room. I've done the best that I can with it, but, times have been hard lately. And this is the common room. Tartuk has taken up his residence here. And this is where all the jerks hang out now.
And this particular bathroom, you have to jiggle the handle.
Yeah, you got to jiggle the handle here.
You don't use the downstairs bathroom.
You don't use the downstairs bathroom.
If you have to go poop, you got to use the downstairs bathroom. If you have to go pee, you can go ahead and use this one.
No number 2s in the downstairs bathroom.
So you walk into this common room, and you see actually not that many kobolds compared to Sootscale's chamber. You see 3 kind of big, dumb-looking kobolds, and then you see 3 or 4 smaller ones.
It is crowded down here.
Yeah,
It is.
We are not in a good position.
As you get a little closer, you see illuminated a purple kobold. Now, one thing that I haven't told you about Sootscale is that he is wearing sort of some ornamental or ceremonial dress. He looks to have a big kobold skull that he's wearing as a hat on his head. And this kobold must have been large. And there are green feathers that he's feathered the back of the kobold skull with. As you see Tartuk illuminated, you see that Tartuk has attempted to emulate some of the ceremonial dress as well, clearly setting himself up maybe to be the next king, right? And as you walk in and you see this purple kobold, I need everybody in the party to roll a perception check right now.
And for the listeners at home, the image we have of Tartuk, he looks like an eggplant wearing a grass skirt on his head.
He does, yeah.
Perception check?
Yep.
Perception check.
Jirai rolled a 25.
20.
Anyone beat a 25?
27 for Bashk.
Ooh. 17.
Bashk. You hit the DC.
Oh.
As you all walk in, Bashk, you catch it. You catch Tartuk double taking Sirio Xavier Sertova in a weird way. And then he stops.
So I think Bashk looks over at Sirio and says, do you know this kobold? Do you know any kobolds besides who we've met? Why would they know you?
No, I don't really recognize this guy.
I mean, without their letter designations, it's really tough.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that this dude is purple compared to all of these black kobolds, there's really nothing else about him that, maybe Sirio would know. Sootscale marches in, and he holds the 2 pieces of statue in either hand, and all of the rank and file kobolds, and even the 3 beefcake ones that are kind of flanking Tartuk right now, they all are in awe of this broken statue, and they begin again tittering with each other, laying out much of the same confusion that like some of you had when we were talking this through. But wait, you've destroyed it. He's destroyed. The chief has destroyed the statue. What does this mean? We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. And then this booming voice that you wouldn't have really taken him for, the chief, says, I have broken the curse. Look, nothing has happened. And then he points over at Tartuk and he says, he is a false chief. Stand with me now, and we must oust him. Our lives have been made worse since the moment he got here. He is nothing to you. And then he looks to Tartuk and he says, you have one chance to leave. And Tartuk seems to have recovered himself pretty quickly after this revelation, and he goes, oh, Chief, you've played directly into their hands. You will all die now. There's nothing you can do. What you must do is kill the chief. He's destroyed the statue. If you destroy him, you will live.
That's very dramatic.
The chief immediately begins arguing with him. The 2 begin arguing. And then, Sirio, you begin to hear a voice in your head. And it says, Sirio, Sertova, how did you find your way down here? You'll never leave.
Kind of thinking to myself, get out of my head.
And then it happens again. It's your last chance to go. Leave now and you'll make it. Stay and you'll die. Roll a perception check there, Sirio.
Here goes nothing. Got a 14.
You've heard this voice before. You're having a little bit of trouble placing it with everything else going on. But this voice is recognizable to you. And it happens a third time. Last chance. By this point, the argument has been raging on between the chief and between Tartuk. And, all of the kobolds in this room really begin to turn and leave, having sort of decided either to stay out of it or maybe they're backing Sootscale. And Tartuk is now left here with his 3 goons, whose names I absolutely cannot remember. Do any of you have anything to add to this argument? Or anything?
So the 3 kind of bodyguards, are they original kobolds, or are they Tartuk's posse that kind of came with him when he showed up?
They are Sootscales that have been brought over to Tartuk's side. And when Tartuk arrived, he was alone, but for these two prisoners who you actually haven't seen yet. You're not sure where they are or if they're still even here.
So yeah, Syria will shout out to, Kobold Bodyguard B, who I will say is Biff Buff.
Biff Buff, yeah.
When I ask him, when the statue was stolen, did anything happen? Did you turn yellow? Now that it's broken, do you see anyone turning yellow?
Rage comes over Tartuk's face as Sirio comes in and makes this point and kind of joins in. And Tartuk just screams at Sirio, shut up. And, but you can see that Kobold B here is sort of just like, just not sure what to say. Just not really reacting, just thinking it through. And Tartuk will again, he's just lying his ass off, obviously. He's just going like, well, it doesn't happen right away. It happens. It takes time. You'll soon find out unless you kill them all.
The statue was gone for days and days and nothing really happened. It obviously doesn't hold the power that this guy here is claiming.
And the chief will hold it up again. And he'll say, it's gone. The power is gone. You see, it's nothing now, nothing. And he smashes both sides down to the ground and they sort of go into smithereens. And this is just too much for some of these kobolds to take. They're just going nuts here. I mean, there's just a cacophony going on here. And then above all of this, Sirio, you should really listen to me. You should be listening instead of talking.
And this again is just in Sirio's head. None of the rest of us hear this, right?
That's right. Okay. It's just in Sirio's head.
You met him at the manor.
He's on your list.
He gave you a brooch.
Oh, so I didn't recognize that voice?
You did, you just couldn't place it.
It's him. It's Tartuccio. And as Tartuk is talking,
the name.
You're like, oh, that kind of sounds like him too. And then,
no.
Oh, God damn it.
The double take he gave you as you walked in. And you're just like, it's him. It's Tartuccio. He's got to be in some kind of a disguise. And the final time that he speaks in your head, you notice the subtle incantation of the message spell that Tartuk is casting as he speaks into your head. The kobold before you is assuredly now Tartuccio.
What the hell?
Just say the word. Say it.
You can
just yell his name out.
With this knowledge, what does Sirio do?
Well, it's kind of an odd take, but I'm not going to tell people that I'm hearing voices, because that never ends well for the person who does that. And he's just going to kind of play along, really essentially pretending that this guy's a kobold infiltrator.
As this rages on, finally, Sootscale is like, enough. He walks to the center of the room. Tartuk, this has been a long time coming. I challenge you to combat my companions against you and yours. And Tartuccio says, That'll suit me just fine. And with that, Tartuccio begins casting an incantation, and everybody needs to make a perception-based initiative check right now.
Bitch.
I am killing it on perception checks tonight. I rolled another 19 for a 27.
Nice.
And I'm going to roll like shit now that we're in combat. Here we go.
I rolled an 18 for a 26.
21 for Mitch.
And Sirio.
Got a 16.
Nothing like starting to combat an hour in. Bashk Trand, as he begins casting, you have won initiative.
Oh, good.
What do you do?
So, I was can I take a 5-foot step for free? Is that a thing we can do in 2E? That's a movement.
It counts as a move action.
It counts as a move action. Okay. I've been listening to too much of another podcast, and they do a ton of 5-foot steps. So I am going to move because I need to be in line of sight, I think, here, without the chief in front of me. And then we're going to cast Shockwave. And a 15-foot cone that should, I think, catch B, Tartuccio, and C.
See, that 15-foot cone, I mean, B is 15 feet away from you, so I think from that position, Tartuk would be spared of the effect.
Okay, then I'll take that.
But if you shift it forward one more.
Yeah, I'll take that 5 foot away. Because it's a 15-foot wide cone, right?
Well, the cone is 15 feet long, and then it spreads out side to side like 5 feet each or something like that.
Right. Okay.
So you are now shoulder to shoulder with the chief.
And yes, reflex save is what you're looking for.
Each one of them?
Yep.
Okay. Couple of passes. 2 passes.
Okay. So they are flat-footed until the start of their next turn.
Okay. All right.
Darn.
Debuffs there for B and for Tartuk. That takes us to Dry Colmay.
Well, Dry's play technique is hoot and shoot.
You're fixing to hoot and do some hooting and some shooting.
I'm gonna send the hootster.
Where's Hootster going?
Right here.
To Tartuk?
Oh yeah.
Of course.
And then I'm gonna hunt prey.
All right.
And I'm gonna roll the old attack. That's a 23.
That'll hit.
Oh, that's 2d8, sorry. So that's 8 plus nothing, so it's 8 damage for him. And then you get the bird attack, and then we do the damage on his turn.
Yeah, so then so Hoot goes into support mode, and we'll put a bleed on Tartuk, and Tartuk becomes dazzled.
Yes, and there's a poison on the arrow. Remember the giant centipede poison?
Okay. Well, I know you've used a bunch of doses of that. Do you have?
I mean,
how many did you have?
I bought 3.
About 3, and I think we harvested some off of the giant centipede.
Off the giant centipede itself.
Oh, I cut that.
You cut that?
Because we were like sitting around, oh my God, we sat there for like 15 minutes after I had to. Sorry. That's fine. You've got it. Okay. So Tartuk gets a fort save on the poison.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're not sure. You're not sure what's happened with that.
Okay. What about the...
Yeah, and then Hoot will get his persistent bleed on Tartuk's turn.
Yeah. Okay.
And Tartuk is dazzled.
Yes.
And that brings us to Tartuk's turn. He is casting a spell. You see him. He's talking. He's making incantations. And as the spell ends, Tartuk simply whiffs out of existence. Goes invisible.
Really hate this guy. Really don't like him very much.
Yeah, you're not going to like him. Because we're going to finish both the third action of Tartuk's turn and this battle next time, guys. Oh my God.
I want to kill him now.
Like that?
Can you go invisible with a persistent bleed? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, this isn't World of Warcraft.